Hi guys, this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm here for another bit of a play around with our Christmas journal that we're working on. So we obviously created our pages the other day, a couple of our pages the other day. So I thought I would do the back of this page now. And I've got this slots pocket, which I made this off camera and then we decorated this up together. So I thought we could just pop this onto this page. Now, when I created this, I ideally would have actually probably had it this way round, if you see what I mean, because my holes will be punched in this side. So I probably would have had this side, you know, near the holes. But actually, I thought it just went really nicely on the back of this particular page. So yeah, I've decided to kind of do a bit of a U-turn on that. So I'm going to have that there. I thought it would look pretty with some of this green ruffle, which of course I tried to use so many times in that previous video. You're all probably sick of the sight of that that green ruffle and think, oh, thank goodness she's using it somewhere. Actually, I've got a smaller piece, so I'll probably use that. So I'm not going to have it flush with the bottom. I'm going to have the pocket slightly up higher, because if I have it right at the bottom, of course, then I lose some of that pretty pattern to put the ruffle in. So I'm probably going to have it just slightly higher up. And then I might just have a couple of bits kind of coming out. I could always incorporate another sort of pocket on the back with one of the pieces from the kit. So I'm just going to have a look through and see whether I've got anything that would just be, you know, ideal shape and size or anything to pop onto the page with this. I mean, it might be that they're all kind of a little bit on the big side. I have got sort of a couple of bits, but I mean, that's quite sweet, to be honest. Or I could just have a couple of the little postage stamp pieces. So let's just cut out a couple of those. Oh, so I hope everyone's having a good day. Hope you're doing some crafting, doing some nice projects. It's a bit of a grey day here. Not raining yet, but I think we have got rain heading our way. Probably before I finish the end of the video, it will probably already be raining. Yeah, I quite like having a postage stamp, I think, up there. So just check whether I prefer. I think I liked the lace poking out from the pockets, but I wouldn't mind something else up there as well. So just having a look through, seeing what else I've got that might just kind of work quite nicely with this. I've got one of those flowers. Well, that's quite sweet, isn't it? Although I'm now getting a funny feeling of, you know, lots of things lined up on this side, which I'm not so keen on. Let's just have a look what else that we've got. So I've got a couple of bird houses and things like that. I've got some holly. Oh, I have got that banner. Let's just cut this out. Let's try this piece instead. Okie dokie. Just chop that down. Haven't started my Christmas shopping yet. Don't know about you guys. I'm very much a last minute person. And because I'm filming these videos ahead, I think it's like the 12th of November today. So I'm filming them ahead so that I can get some Christmas videos up because, yeah, although I'd filmed ahead a whole bunch of other videos, so they'll now, you know, be going up over the next few weeks instead. But, yeah, this, to me, this is way too early. I mean, actually, for me, this is too early even to be working on Christmas projects. I'm kind of struggling, you know, to get in the Christmas zone. But definitely, oh my gosh, I've made a hideous job of cutting that banner. Definitely, this is like way too early for me to be even thinking about Christmas shopping. I mean, I might come unstuck this year because, of course, things are not quite normal, are they? And, you know, if we continue to be in lockdown, then, you know, maybe it will be a bit more problematic. But, I mean, as I said to my son, you know, it's not the end of the world. We've got the internet and things. So, it's not like years ago where then you couldn't access things. So, I mean, we're very, very lucky, aren't we, these days? I must confess that actually for the last couple of years, or probably the last few years actually, I have done more and more of my shopping online. You know, which is terrible because I am one of those people who, you know, I will feel sad when that high street goes. You know, I will miss the high street. But, you know, convenience does win, doesn't it? And of course, you know, it's so lovely to be able to kind of just shop from home. I mean, for a start, I think you often get better deals online than you do in the shops. I don't know whether that's actually coming out. I can't really see. You know, you do get better deals than you get in the shops sometimes. And, you know, when there's not much time, you know, obviously from my own fault because I've left it so late. But I mean, often, you know, there's just not really time generally, is there, in life? So, you know, it is just more convenient to be able to actually just buy things online and have them delivered. And of course, you know, I know that I've moaned about it before, but there is that whole issue of, you know, I don't like paying for parking. So, you know, I don't want to go and have to pay to park somewhere. Okay. That's just me being really stingy, but it's just one of my gripes in life. And, you know, I just think it's terrible because, I mean, obviously shops are struggling to stay open anyway. And I know that, you know, our council here, I mean, they certainly do not go, you know, do anything to help businesses. And, you know, we came out of our lockdown, you know, back in the summer. And literally, I don't know when, but certainly the first time that I went out, they had put the car parking charges right up. I can't remember now how much it is, but I think it's now like £2 an hour or some ludicrous amount, £1.50 an hour, £2 an hour, something like that. And I just thought that was, you know, terrible because those businesses who hadn't been open for all that time, you know, finally were able to open. And what did the council do? You know, instead of kind of helping the businesses get back on their feet, they've actually kind of hindered it because, of course, the dearer the parking, the less people who are going to want to go to the shops. You know, the more people are going to shop online and things. So I thought that was disgraceful, to be honest. You know, but yeah, that's the kind of thing that they do, isn't it? And, you know, then you hear kind of on the TV, you know, isn't it a shame that the shops are all closing? Well, it's not really any wonder, is it? Because, I mean, when you go to these out-of-town places, I don't know, they're called retail parks over here, where the parking is free, they're heaving, absolutely heaving. So, you know, I mean, obviously some of that is probably because it's quicker and easier to get into the shops because you're kind of effectively parking outside the shop you're going in. But there is also the element of, you know, the parking's free there. So why would you want to go and pay to park in a town centre, you know, when you can go to one of those retail places and it's free? Yeah, terrible, terrible. Anyway, I mustn't sit here moaning all day. I don't know quite where that came from, but just, it's obviously been bothering me or something for some time. I don't know. I'm not sure where that came from, but yeah, just not a great start to the video. I don't know how many minutes I am in, but wow, I've already been just moaning. So let's get back on a bit more of a positive theme, shall we? Okay. So this little banner piece, just going to glue it down as a pocket. I don't know whether I will use it as a pocket, but I do always say, you know, if in doubt, glue it on as a pocket, because, you know, you can always not use a pocket. Whereas if you don't have it as a pocket in the first place, you haven't got that option. So, you know, if in doubt, just glue it on as a pocket, even if then you don't use it. Whereas if you don't, you know, put it down as a pocket, you don't have that option later. So I would kind of always say, you know, glue down as pockets, and even if you don't use them, you have then got, you know, got the option of using them. Now this little stamp here, I might just foam dot him on. So I'm just having a look to see if I can find my foam pad. I don't that often use foam pads in my journals, but because this is a ring bound journal, it's going to, you know, it's going to be able to get much more chunky than a sort of bound journal. So hopefully that will give me the freedom, you know, to be bulky. And I just think then it's going to give it a little bit more dimension on the page. So if I'm foam dotting something, I do like to kind of have the whole thing really covered in the foam, just because I don't want it kind of like then sinking in the middle, if you see what I mean. So I've effectively covered that whole postage stamp with the foam, and then it's not, you know, it's not going to do that sinking thing. So there we go. Just going to pop that up there like that. And actually I would normally add glue as well, to be honest, but I did totally forget to add the glue, so completely my mistake there. And I'm just going to have a little bit of lace going on there as well. I think that looks quite pretty there. Okie dokie. Yeah, so I mean, as I film this, I'm not quite sure when I'm going to be uploading this actually, but you know, I want to get a few Christmas videos done and then, you know, be able to upload them over a sort of sequence of a few days. But yeah, so we're in the throes of our second lockdown. I mean, I think I've mentioned before, but I mean, it is different to the first lockdown in that, you know, people are still going to work and things like that. So it's not quite the same. It's not quite so extreme as the first one, but you know, we are indeed in a lockdown. Now, just wondering whether I want a few more of these. Obviously, I had used some of these already onto this, you know, this pocket piece. So just being a little bit mindful of that. I don't want it to look like, you know, I've just used these dots every single place. But having said that, they are really nice, and so there is a temptation to use them every single place. I love this colour. I'm sure I've said that on every single video, but honestly, I really love this colour. So I might even just have a little pearly dot in the centre of that flower. So I will just dab a little bit of hot glue in there. Oops, pop that down in there. Okay, so that's that page. And then I've got another, I thought I would do another one of the green and pink pages. I'll just pull that in. I have got a vague plan, you know, for this video, because I thought, oh, otherwise I'm just here for so long. So I stitched this pocket on the sewing machine. Excuse me. And I'm just going to trim down this edge because it's just overhanging slightly. Like that. Okay, and this is just one of my tool pockets. And I did a tutorial on this the other day, how to transform this into a booklet as well. But I think what I'm going to do on this one is I'm going to just put some pages in here to have it as a like flippy pad. So you'll open it up and there'll be a flippy pad inside here rather than a booklet. So I'm going to have that on there. And obviously you've got your pocket then here. So I want to just put some lace or something across there. Now again, do I want to use this? Or of course we've got that blue lace that we have been using. I mean, the blue, although it's not really kind of going, because obviously there's nothing else really on the page that's blue. I mean, there is something kind of quite nice about that. I don't know. I mean, sometimes you just want to do something brave, don't you? And, you know, it's a tough call sometimes whether or not to go for it. So I'm just going to cut this down. Again, just cutting that header piece off because I don't really want that on there. Like that. That would go just on there. And then, well, again, we could have some of these gorgeous pearly bits just running across there. That's really, really pretty, isn't it? And then let's have a look and see what else we've got. So we could have a little kind of label-y, one of these labels down here. Oh, we could have one of those little lanterns. Let's just cut out one of those. Could have a bird cage. Not bird cage. I don't know why. Every single time I say bird cage. I mean bird house. I don't know why I constantly call it bird cage, but yeah, every single time I say it, that's what I say. Every single time. So we could have a little birdhouse down here. Again, do I want to kind of bring the blue in? So I'm just going to chop this one out by having the blue birdhouse. I mean, my natural instincts are kind of like, no, use the pink. Because of course the pink then goes. But then the other part of me says, oh, you know, mix it up. Mix it up and have a bit of contrast going on. And obviously, if I'm going to go for that blue lace, then this would tie the blue lace in. So, oh, I'm not sure now. Not sure. Let's just bring in, oops. That was a cluster. I thought it was a bit of doily, but yeah, no, it was a cluster. So let's just bring in some doily. And I've just been using the white doily everywhere through here. I think the white doily looks really lovely. It's got a really pretty contrast using that. So I wonder if we could just have a little bit more. So that's quite pretty, isn't it? And then I wonder if, I don't know what size these bows are. I think they're pretty small compared to that one, but let's just try one of these bows. Yeah, so anyway, not feeling remotely festive yet. So hopefully we'll, you know, I'll be feeling more festive soon. Yeah, generally I just don't really feel festive until the 1st of December. So we always put our Christmas tree up on the 1st of December. So we'll be doing that on the 1st. Oops. We just have a fake Christmas tree, an artificial one. You know, those real ones, I mean, they're lovely, aren't they? But, oh gosh, we're just way too lazy, to be honest, you know. There would then be the ordeal of, you know, taking it all to the dump and things like that. So, yeah, that just wouldn't really kind of work out brilliantly in this house. It would probably lead to a lot of my moaning and nagging at my husband, him kind of getting annoyed, and yeah. So fake is the way to go, or artificial is the way to go, I think, for us. And, you know, they're nice. I mean, you can get lots of really nice fake or artificial trees now. So we've had ours for quite a few years, but it's, you know, it's quite a nice one and holding up well so far. Obviously, I've not got it out this year. I might get it out now that I've said that, a bit like my bone folder. And wish that I'd never mentioned how well it's doing, because, of course, no sooner do you mention it than it will never be doing well again. Right, just wondering whether I should have something poking out from here. Oops. Just for a bit of layering and a bit of interest in the background. So just going to tear this down. I'm not so keen on those, you know, straight edges really. So I'll just tear those down across here. Yeah, to be honest, we've never had a real tree at all. I mean, obviously, when we were children, you know, my parents sometimes had a real tree. Not very often, actually. Again, they kind of mainly had an artificial one. But just every now and then, they would switch it up and have an artificial one. But yeah, we've never had a real Christmas tree. And, you know, I just think it would be a mistake in our house. So, yeah, we probably never will. probably never will. Right, so I quite like how that looks, I think. So I'm just going to stick this down here. I mean, of course, real Christmas trees, they do smell lovely, don't they? They have that lovely, you know, those pine tree smell coming off them, which is lovely, isn't it? But of course, you know, you do also get the pine needles dropping and all of that kind of stuff as well, don't you? So it all creates extra work, and, you know, let's face it, that's the last thing we want is extra work, isn't it? So, yeah, I think artificial definitely is the best bet for us. Okay. I'll just pop this piece of doily down. I mean, to be fair, even doing the artificial trees, you know, when you first get them out and put them up that day, they drop a lot of bits, don't they, all over the floor. All the, you know, the artificial kind of pine needles all drop off quite a bit, don't they? But we did buy one of those white ones with like fake snow on it one year, and I have to say that one's really, really messy. The one that we have, you know, generally it's a green Christmas tree, and you know, that one's, it's quite messy, but not too bad. The white one with the glitter, I mean, sadly, there's probably not much glitter left on it. You buy it thinking, oh, that looks fantastic, I love all that glitter. And then kind of by about the third year, there's not a great deal of glitter left on it, but it's still quite a nice tree, to be honest. But okay. And I'm sure that I've talked about this before, but yeah, I mean, I'm a bit mean when it comes to putting up the tree. So, you know, I won't let the children kind of like hang, you know, when they make those decorations from school. I mean, obviously the boys don't do that. Well, my oldest son doesn't even go to school now, but, you know, those decorations won't have pride of place on the tree for everyone to see. It's kind of like they're tucked around the side a little bit more. I'm a bit mean when it comes to things like that. So, but they don't seem to notice, actually. They don't really seem that aware. So long as it's vaguely on the tree somewhere, they seem oblivious to actually, you know, how prominent position it's taking on the tree. So, yeah, clearly doesn't really worry them. They just want to know that it's on there somewhere, don't they? And I'm not too bad. I don't really buy Christmas decorations. I mean, the shops are so full of all gorgeous decorations every year that it's really easy, isn't it, to get suckered in every year to kind of buy in new decorations, or at least a few extras. Yeah, I haven't done that for quite a long time, to be honest, because, oh, you know, again, we've got a lot of decorations already, so it's kind of like this is just madness, you know, we're just filling the house up with even more stuff. So, yeah, I'm kind of not too bad for not doing that now. Okay, so I quite like that there. Just wondering whether I want to kind of have this slightly raised, and I'm wondering whether I could just hot glue this. So not the actual foam dots, because of course they, you know, they will really lift it. But I'm just wondering whether if I hot glue this, it will just give it enough lift. So just use my hot glue like that. And again, not going to kind of overly press it like that. So it is pressed on, and it's not what you'd call lifted, but it's got a slight raised effect, if you see what I mean. It's not as flat as it would be if I had glued it with flat glue. I don't know whether really you could see what I was doing there at all. I'm not sure. Probably just looked like I was twiddling the thing around, but anyway, it might have given you a little bit of an idea. So I'm just going to, again, hot glue, but I'm not even going to the edges now on that bow. Just glue that in there, sort of like we do with the butterflies, really. So leaving those little, like what I would say, wings of the bow, leaving them sort of sticking up a little bit, so it's got a bit more texture going onto it. And now I'm just going to get some of my food coloured paper to make a little sort of flippy pad in there. So I'll probably switch the camera off actually for a moment. Sorry about that, I got completely waylaid then with something else going on. Right, so I've got my food coloured paper and I'm just going to make a little sort of flippy pad to pop into here. So all I'm going to do is just, I've got some green and I've got some pink, which I thought would be quite nice to mix the two. So I'm just going to fold it down so as I know roughly where to cut it, like that. Okie dokie, just trim that down there. And then just trim it down on this side as well. Like that. And then just kind of mix them. Well, she says mix them and then just straight away put them in the other way. Probably needs coming down slightly more. It's narrower than I thought. So, oh, can't decide. Do we like it green side? I think I prefer it green side up, weirdly. I didn't expect to prefer it green side up, but definitely that was the side that was catching my eye the most. I can't tell you how messy my desk is today. I've been saying this every day that I've done anything Christmassy. I've got like Christmas stuff all over the desk now. I can't even see my lovely container from Brenda. Yeah, just stuff everywhere, to be honest. So not good, because I was doing quite well at sort of being quite organised, but obviously because I'm trying to kind of plough on and just focus on Christmas for a bit, you know, I'm kind of leaving it out all the time. So it's all just very, very messy. I mean, I don't mind at all, but I hope it's not kind of too congested to really see what I'm doing in the video. Hopefully it's fine. Right, so as you can see, that's the full height of that page. So what I'm going to do, because I'm not sure I like it quite full height, I mean, actually, I could have just torn it down and have one of those lovely staggered pads. Didn't even occur to me to do that. Let me just check how that would look. Oh, yeah, kind of wishing that I'd done that now. So I might just tear this like that. And then like that. So I've got a bit of a longer piece there, but that's fine. And then I'm just going to tear this one like that, and then just this teeny bit of pink there. That looks really pretty, doesn't it? So okay, right, let's just now restaple that. So yeah, didn't even occur to me to do that. I don't know why, but it does look very fun like that, doesn't it? Just going to trim it down slightly. Otherwise there's a slight sort of chance it's going to be overhanging just a touch. Okay. Right. So I'm going to glue that down here. Just check it folds over. Yeah. So again, I'm just going to hot glue that down nice and quick. Okay. Like that. And then I can just put a bit of that blue lace across the top, and that just kind of ties it in then with the blue lace that we've got here on the front. So just do this here. Again, I'm just going to cut down that sort of header type piece. Okie dokie. Yeah, can you tell I did not remember to you know, top my glue up and what have you. So still struggling. I know I've said this so many times before, but it's because, you know, kind of I film up to the wire and, you know, when I stop, it's kind of generally then time for something else, you know, to do something else. And then, of course, when I come back, I forget, you know, what it was that I was kind of planning on doing. So hence, you know, it just gets then forgotten until I encounter problems again. And then I think, oh, I should have remembered to, I don't know, change my glue bottle or, you know, order such and such, those kinds of things. So, right, that's that. Now, whilst I got interrupted earlier and went off, and when I came back, I also remembered I had these gorgeous pearls. Now, these are the same. So again, I'd received these in Happy Mail, and they're the same as the other ones in that they're on a little string. So again, oops. And as I said that, I pulled that one straight off of the string. So they're all on the string except for this one now. So let me just put this out of the way. Okay, right. They are on a string. Let me see if I can get these up. Right. So again, I'm just going to cut these down because I thought these would look really pretty on this blue. They do, don't they? And also, whilst I was gone, I shall show you what else I did. So just going to glue this down here. I mean, obviously it is on that, you know, that adhesive, but just going to glue it as well because, you know, I like to make sure it's really glued on. Whoa. That's hot on my thumb. Okay. Didn't make a great job of gluing that. It's a little bit over to the right, more than I would have liked, but never mind. It's okay. Right, now the only other thing that I'm going to do is I'm just going to trim down this bottom bit because when I printed this, I forgot to set it to borderless. So, I mean, you can barely see it, but there's just a very thin white slither. So, and sometimes the printer just, you know, it doesn't like taking it borderless. So, I mean, sometimes with the best will in the world, you can try and print it borderless and it still then fails miserably, you know, and doesn't want to do it. So, yeah, just something to kind of be aware of, I guess, when printing generally. Right, but the other thing that I did whilst I was downstairs was I printed off my words. Now, if you've got my words kit, you'll notice there's the page 1. This is not my black words, the black and brown words. This is the general words. You've got 2 pages, and on the first page, they're, you know, printed on like a coffee dyed background. The second page is just kind of plain, so that it's going to pick up whatever paper you know, send through the printer. So what I did was I just printed off one of the sheets of background paper from the Christmas kit, and then I ran it back through the printer and printed the plain page of the words through there, because I thought then we could put some of these lovely words down onto the journal, and they've got obviously then the gorgeous background. So I mean, you're not going to see generally a great deal of the background because of course, you know, by the time that we tear the word out, there won't be an awful lot left to see, but just thought we would try that. So let's just tear this one down. So we've got the word wonder. So I'll just tear that one down like that. I mean, I've torn that quite big because of course I was trying to see a bit more of this snowflake, but yeah, I mean, actually you can't really see any of the snowflake at all, but I mean, it is now a perfect match with my background papers, which is really nice. And then what I'm going to do, I also have a little bit of that mulberry paper that I know that I talked about. I think it was in the card video that we made. So I think what I'm going to do is just tear that around for that card, not card, sorry, word. Now I've got cards on the brain. Okay. So that will be like that. And it just gives it that gorgeous furry kind of effect, which, you know, that just looks so wintry and festive, doesn't it? So all I'm going to do now is just before I pop this down onto the mulberry paper is I've just got my glitter glue. I have to say this is running out fast and it was pretty full. But my daughter has been, you know, whilst I've been doing things, she has been going crazy with the glitter. So when I went and retrieved this from, you know, not her desk or anything, but from her kitchen, which has now become a kind of craft area for her. She clearly prefers crafting to, you know, cooking, even if it is just pretend cooking. And yeah, everything's covered in glitter now. So, but there was a card on there that she's been making for one of her school friends. Oh my gosh, glitter galore. I can't tell you how glittery it was. So yeah, I nearly brought it over to show you guys. The whole card is glittered, and not with the glitter glue. She's obviously used the glitter glue and then poured glitter all over it. So wow, I've never seen such a glittery card in my whole life. So she's loving the glitter. Right, so that looks really pretty on there. Now, I've obviously come a bit unstuck because now, of course, I'm not going to be able to actually glue that down, which is a bit annoying. But I'm going to, I think, have it up there. That looks really pretty, doesn't it? Yeah, that looks pretty. And the other thing that I've got here is I've got some pretty pink lace, which I just thought I might want to have kind of hanging out in one or two places. So just going to trim down just a little section just to see whether I want that kind of coming out under here, or let me move this before I dab that glitter everywhere, or we could have it kind of inside here. Oops. Oh gosh, now look, the amount of times that I do things like this. I must not be so impatient with the glue. Oh, right. Yeah, what we could do is have this glued on sort of in here into the pocket. Sorry, I'm trying to just move some stuff back so that I can even open that. Could have that like that. What do you guys think? I mean, it's all about really, you know, when the book is done, having some nice pretty effects. You know, like when it's all put together, we'll have lots of nice gorgeous things hanging from the book. Where, of course, if I don't have anything dangling, you know, I'm not going to have that pretty effect. So, yeah, I think that's kind of quite nice, really. So, just wondering, do I want to have this tied up? So, I'm just going to have a look. I've got lots of gorgeous baker's twine that I've received over the time in Happy Mail. And let's see. I have got pretty pale blue. Well, that's quite nice, isn't it? I've also got this gorgeous green. I thought the green might look good, but the green might be too dark. Oh, I don't know, actually. Yeah, I think the green's quite nice. Yeah, I went full circle there from saying, oh, I'm not sure, to suddenly within the space of a couple of minutes deciding it was really nice. So just going to tie this round. And it feels parcely. You know, like a kind of Christmas, festive Christmas parcel. So, oh, come on. Okay. Just tie that like that. And then drop that down. And then what I'll do is just glue this on the back so that it's properly, you know, attached to the pocket. So let's just use the fabric tack. Okay, glue that down like that. And obviously the fabric tack doesn't take, you know, a couple of minutes to dry, so we don't have to wait for too long. And then that will be glued in like that. So let's just need to wait a couple of seconds, because otherwise, of course, it's, you know, going to just be stuck to the page. Just wondering, do I want anything else over here? I could have something else. Let's just see what else I've got. Oh, I've got this. I mean, I've just got some odds and pieces that are sort of cut up, really, which I could utilise. Not cut up, sorry. You know, like scraps that I could use. So I'm just seeing what other what other scrappy pieces that I've got. So, because I love to be able to, you know, just use up some little bits and pieces, really. I mean, we could use this, but that's probably a little bit weird, isn't it? To, you know, have this deer kind of on here again. That's probably a bit strange. Oh, that looks cute, doesn't it? Yeah, I was kind of automatically going for putting something down here, but I think actually having this here looks even nicer. So let's just pop this one down. Oops. Yeah, I just got called downstairs, obviously, when I stopped the video. So it ended up being a bit of a long break. And I got back to the desk and thought, oh, what was I about to do? Okay. Well, not really a long break, but, you know, kind of 20 minutes. Because I was then, you know, zapped up doing other stuff. So wasn't quite as quick as I thought. Just wondering whether I want to put anything into this bow, like in the centre. I mean, I know that we've done this a couple of times, or could use the green, just because we've obviously used the pink already on here. So the green might be quite a nice contrast on there. I don't know, actually, maybe the pink. Yep, let's go for the pink. I couldn't see it then. Thought, oh no, I've actually flicked it out of the way and now can't see it. Okay. Oh, that's so pretty, isn't it? Right, hopefully this is dryish enough to stick it down. So, I mean, it's quite tacky, but it doesn't matter if it tears this piece, obviously, because you won't see it. But yeah, right. So we're going to just glue this down to the page. Now I'm going to glue this on 3 sides, like that. So that then it will be a, you know, a pocket in the pocket itself, and also a side loading pocket as well. So, oops. Oh, my glue was doing so well today, wasn't it? So well until now. Okay, right, come on. Come on. There we go. Right. Let's pop this down. So just going close to the edge. Whoops. I want it close to the edge, but hopefully not overhanging. So I'll just check from the other side to make sure it's not overhanging at all. Looking good so far. And then I can undo this bow, obviously. And then I can get in to, you know, press it down much better. I haven't gone right close to that edge, actually. So there we go, that's better. And then I was going to just have this pink lace just hanging out here for that pretty, you know, dangling effect. And we could just have then a little flower or something in the corner of there. So I'll just fabric tack this one on. Okay. Oh, perhaps I won't. Perhaps I'll just... Let's just glue this on. Okay. Obviously I can touch this up a little bit once I stop filming in a minute, so just want to get it down there in the first place. So otherwise I'll forget what I was actually intending to do with that at all. So, okay. Looking good. And then, yeah, do I want to have a little flower, or we could have something stuck on there, you know, that's from the kit itself. So Oh, what about one of those lanterns? Oops, what have I done with my scissors? Right. Yeah, this is definitely the messiest that my desk has been for quite some time, I have to say. So I'm kind of just working in this tiny area here. It's also so messy because, you know, I know that I've talked about I've got something planned for the, you know, December. So that's obviously taking up, well, A, a lot of time, and B, a lot of space. So, yeah, it's all now just piling up around me. Right, this has got a little, like, you know, loop thing there. So I could just take that off, to be honest, and then, you know, then I don't have to worry at all about the white showing, because you've probably noticed, but I haven't actually inked this journal at all. So, you know, I don't want to suddenly have to ink this because it might look then really strange. So I'm going to just, you know, keep with the non-inking. Just have that glued down in that corner. Wondering whether I would prefer it dangling on one of the pages, or is that really weird? Bit weird. Plus I have glue now blobbed all over it. Or, I mean, it could have, you know, be a tuck kind of effect, I guess, for that. Yeah, that's not too bad. Perhaps I'll do it like that. So I'm going to pick it up like this, so as I know exactly where it needs gluing. And then I'm just going to hot glue this because, you know, that's just the most instant way. Touch wood, I'm not having troubles with my hot glue, whereas I am with all the others. So there we go. We've popped that one down like that. And, you know, to be fair, we can get that green one tucked in there as well. How cute does that look? And then obviously it just ties up here at the front. Like that. Now I wonder if my word is nearly dry, because I didn't put too much glitter glue on it, so it might be actually already nearly dry. Let's have a look. Didn't smother it like my daughter did. Oh, it's not, would you believe? That's annoying, isn't it? Oh well. Right, so I am going to have this word here as well. Not sure. I was going to have it here, but actually it maybe looks cute somewhere down here. I feel like that's the most obvious place. So from that point of view, I'd quite prefer it up here, because sometimes it's nice to just see, you know, do the thing that's not so obvious, isn't it? So yeah, that's another page done. So far we've obviously done these 2 pages today. So it's coming along really nicely. So again, that's probably all there is time for today. And yeah, I don't know, again, you know, whether I will actually be able to continue with the journal with you guys, or whether I might do a couple of pages on my own. But yeah, hopefully I will see you guys soon. And yeah, hopefully you'll all have a great time making your own Christmas things. And yeah, have a good day, everyone, and see you guys soon. Thanks, then. Bye.